What are your favorite stories? Specifically, movies or shows? Mine are, and if you know me, of course, I'd say Fight Club, Spider-Man, The Batman. I love these with my soul. Same with How to Train Your Dragon, Incredibles, and many others. Why do you like your favorite stories? I like mine because of mostly one thing: character. At the end of the day, a story is about a character. That's not to say a story can't have a theme or a message, but that your prime character is the vessel of this message and is therefore the most important aspect of your tale. The least important aspect is actually everything else. Yes, I love seeing Spider-Man climb walls. I love debating which of his costumes are the best. World building and other events. Nerdy things are fun. But without your main character, how do you explore this world? Let's get back to that soon. When I was younger, my characters were not defined. I was not smart enough to write them as such. Therefore, any idea I liked, I made, even if it made no sense. I created it with my soul. Now I look back at those things that were terrible, but I've finally found the story that I want to tell. My friend told me that I was making bad stories as I was making them, and I agree with him now, of course. But sadly, the tables have turned. I created every bad idea that came into my mind, and only now, over time, have I scratched away at those old ideas to find my gold. My friend never made those mistakes because he, mostly, could tell a bad idea from a good one. This meant he never experimented with zany ideas as much as I did. It's at this point in time that I have 96 pages of my first draft completed for my screenplay. It's not perfect, but I did it, not worrying about how good it was, that now I can refine it until it is. My friend has ideas, and that's really it. He's in a process of laying everything out and fleshing his ideas before he puts pen to paper, or finger to keyboard. What this means is that his characters are personalities with faces that haven't been honed in on yet. Except one. Captain Thunder. CT is a character that is just the hero. He leads the team. He has powers. He has a design. He is involved in the plot, but that is all anyone can say about him. Waterboy is my character, and he is not perfect. He is not a finished idea, but I can explain him, and there are multiple different stories you can tell with this idea for the character. He is afraid of death, which leads him to want to be the best superhero and lead a life of fame, so he is distracted from his fear. But because he is a superhero, he must come face to face with death every time and narrowly escaping, pushing his ego and pushing him to his breaking point. Then he realizes that his friends and the life he had before, while he thought they were boring, were actually what he should have been using to distract him from his fears and build meaningful bonds. To me, at least, this sounds enticing, but you will realize that I haven't told you the plot, only about the character. You don't know any locations, you don't know the supporting cast, you don't know anything other than Waterboy, and yet it is enough to grasp the story. This is because your character is the story. Without them, you have nothing. My friend tells me about world building and lore and how an alien species in his world reproduces from laying eggs. This is all salt and sauce, not meat. How your characters look, if they have powers, how those work. That is not a meal, and nobody can bite. I wouldn't trade Spider-Man swinging from a building for anything, but I must admit that when he does that, it is simply thrill, and the story is when his mask is off. And truthfully, I prefer it when the mask is off. A story, in a sense, is a message to uphold responsibility, that letting yourself go will harm you and the people around you, and that fear is not nearly as powerful as hope. Your characters are vessels for these themes, and your audience will latch themselves onto these fictional people if these fictional people can correctly convey these themes. If your story is only a story that takes place in a world, your story is bad. I should not be able to spend 5 minutes before bed reciting your story to fall asleep. The good guy can't find their parents. They try to find them, but finds friends and fights monsters along the way. He was a standard hero, and then his father was evil. Shenanigans, 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 bedtime. Characters unfold, situations unfold, stories unfold, and these things come naturally from figuring out what these people want, why they want it, what will change, and why it must change. You can figure these things out not by treating every idea like it's the thing. Simply play. Like you're playing with toys, let it happen. See what your mind creates. Archive it. Return in even 5 years. Refine it with new knowledge, and you never know what you can create. Make your mistakes now, please, instead of refining every detail and shining every shoe as they come. Create a scrappy mess of a story and shine it as one whole.